So my name is Clifford Young. Everyone calls me Cliff. I work a lot with government clients. I also work with media companies like Thomson Reuters and other sort of institutions, organizations, and companies that have some sort of issue in the public space. I also wear a second hat at Ipsos. I'm global head or global lead for election polling around the world, and I get to travel everywhere. Very fun job. I think in the end, I like puzzles. I like big, complicated puzzles. And what is more complicated than an election, for instance, or a large public policy issue, or a client that pokes a hole in the bottom of the ocean and has to deal with that sort of issue. So I love puzzles. I love the puzzle of putting together a business, especially in the research space. And so anything that's a challenge like that, I wake up in the morning and I'm excited. I would say one thing though, those of us who work in public affairs, you're not made. You don't make yourself to be a public affairs or a pollster, let's say. You're actually born a pollster. And I think a pollster has a number of unique characteristics. I think first and foremost, like I was saying, they like puzzles. And they like complicated puzzles. But they like puzzles with a solution. And what's easier in terms of a solution, maybe difficult to get there, but easy to understand, than the outcome on election day, right? But I also think that pollsters are, by their very nature, very curious about the world. They're interested in how everything works from a social and political perspective. A pollster doesn't get up and begrudgingly put on his or her socks and shoes and trudge off to work. We jump up and we think, wow, this is a new day. There's new things that are happening. I want to go read the newspaper and see what happened because that's going to affect my day positively, negatively, but in some way at least. I also think that pollsters, we tend to be a very unique kind of thinker. We think both deductively and inductively. We think deductively because we have to, for instance, design samples. And samples, to represent the population, samples have a very definitive mathematical way of being put together. That's a very deductive way to think. However, we have to apply it to very bizarre and different contexts and places. So sometimes we design a sample for the United States, another time maybe for Nigeria, and another time maybe for Paraguay. Those are very different contexts. And so you have to be an inductive thinker as well. You have to be curious. You have to learn about the place that you're going to study. And so it's an interesting combination of the two sorts of ways of thinking, both deductive and inductive. So I would say that's a pollster or a public affairs professional. And like I said, I truly believe that we are not made, we're born to be that.